In my constituency, farmers have been left reeling by the government's ruinous family farms tax, effectively ending the family farm by their reckless slashing of agricultural property relief. And yet the government have repeatedly claimed that there will be no tax rises on working people. Are the government honestly suggesting that farmers aren't working people? Those on the government benches made repeated assurances over the past year. The duplicity from the party opposite on this issue is breathtaking. At last year's Country Land and Business Association conference, the now Environment Secretary stated that we have no intention of changing APR. The CLA have said that it would harm 70,000 UK farms, declaring it a betrayal that puts dynamite beneath the livelihoods of British farming. The Prime Minister and the Environment Secretary were more than happy to leverage support from the countryside with glossy photo shoots of rambling around the countryside and designer wellies. Indeed, the Prime Minister was very eager to make his pitch to rural communities during his Country Life article and photo shoot in September last year. The need for stability now is urgent. Farmers need to plan for the long term more than ever before. I doubt farmers are expecting that long-term planning to include being forced to sell 20% of their farms, making them unviable, or taking a 20% loan to cover those costs, potentially saddling the next generation with debts that farming is not profitable enough to repay. Only yesterday, the Chancellor stated on the BBC that only a very small number of agricultural properties will be affected. A £1 million farm is 100 acres. According to DEFRA's Agricultural Facts Summary, published the day after the budget on the 31st of October, the average UK farm size is just over 200 acres. How can the Chancellor make her claim when the relevant government department itself has contradicted her position? Given the speed and alacrity with which the Energy Secretary has covered the countryside with solar panels, it should come as no surprise that the government is so eager to force farmers out of business, freeing up swathes of the countryside to be sold to developers for more of the same. The government will be forced into rowing back on this policy, whether it be now or after the visual spectacle of demonstrating farmers blockading Parliament Square with tractors. I urge the government to do the right thing now, rather than be forced to in a few weeks.